Hey, how's it going, guys? So in this video, I'm going to show you some of the basics of RPG Maker VX. I'm just going to show you how to create like simple events, scenery, make it look good. Um, so just try to follow along. Um, First thing we're going to cover is events. They're the most important part of the game. Without them, you do not have a game. So we're going to go to one of my already existing games, and this is where I do all my basic tutorials and stuff like that. So um, first of all, I lied. We're not going to do events. I'm going to show you what all these little things at the top mean first. So this is obviously new project, open project. So if you like move your mouse over any one of them, they'll show you what they are. Passage setting. This is a very important one. Some people do not understand what it is for. When you scroll down, you'll notice the circles and X's. It does not mean kisses and hugs. Circles means you can walk on them. X's mean you can't walk on them. So if you go to like your second one, you'll notice a different one. Hold on. You see the stars? There's more stars right here. The stars do. That means they're above you. You can pass through them. You can walk under them. Basically, it's like if you were like walk under a bridge or something. So those are really important, and you can always change those whenever you want to, in case you don't feel like they knew what they were talking about when they were making it. You can always change that to your liking. So we're not going to do anything with that right now, because it's all whatever you want to do with it is fine. This one is the pencil tool. So whenever you grab something like grass, it will draw it like a pencil would. Whenever you get this one, the rectangle tool, this is not going to draw it. It's going to create a rectangle shape. The circle tool is going to create a circle to the best of the game's knowledge. It's just kind of like pixelated, but that's fine. And the paint bucket is obviously just going to fill up the entire map. So, and then these are your views. One is full view, one half, so obviously half, quarter view, an eighth view. This is how big our map is right now. It's very big. Database, we'll go over each tab in detail later, but just give you a quick overview of all of these. First, you have your actors. You can change. You can change like the maximum of however many actors you want. That's one basic thing you can do on almost any tab for like items and other things like events and all sorts of things. So classes, you can make your own classes. You can change the maximum amount of classes. Then you pick all their attributes and all that stuff. We'll go over that later. Skills, these are all skills people can learn, and you can change what level they'll learn it at if they're a certain class and all that good stuff. And you can obviously change the maximum on that as well. Items, change maximum, make your own items. You have a whole bunch of things to choose from. Weapons, make your own weapons. Lots of stuff to choose from. Armor as well. Enemies. If you have like some extra pictures, like that you wanted to like import into the game, you can do that. You can start making your own monsters, and I'll teach you how to do that maybe later on in the other videos. It's a kind of a tedious process, but it's definitely worth it in the end. It makes your game look nice when you pay attention to detail. So then we have troops. This is how many of each enemy will be in a battle. So this is basically when you click an event or like when you click on your map right here, it'll allow you to pick the enemies on the map. So this is really what you're going to be picking. You're going to have two slimes. You're not just going to be picking one of the enemies, because when you pick troops, it's each of those enemies put into the troops. So, anyways, you can change your maximum as well. You can put events on them, and these are a lot more detailed than just the enemies. So, anyways, moving on. States. These are for in battle and out of battle. It just depends on your creativity. Also, you can change the maximum. You can change what it says when you get hit by it, and all that good stuff. Restriction. There's a lot of good stuff you can use. Most of them don't even have stuff like this checked, so you don't even have to. It's not even really that complicated, so no pressure. Animations. These are really fun. It could use a little bit of work on the controls, but as a whole, it's pretty fun to use. And basically, in order to make an animation, you can just see what everybody else, what the game comes with. You can see how they already made their animations, and we'll go over that later. You can click these. You can change your graphic. You have 2 different kinds of graphics to make an attack, and some of them do. This one is Spear 1 and Spear 2. This one is Blow and Attack 3. Some of the basic attacks only have 1. And so there you go. Okay, moving on. Common events. These are events you can bring into play wherever throughout your entire game. They're not limited to the map, and we'll talk some more about that later. Most events are limited to the map. Your system tab. This is where it shows who all is going to be in your party, and like basic, and your starting position for your player, boat, ship, airship. Always gotta have one for your player, or else you can't play the game. And another way to set it, besides clicking right here, is just right-clicking, going to the Event tab, which I didn't go over before. This is the Event tab, and that will bring up this entire grid along your entire map. And as you will see, this is your starting position. You can right-click, set starting position, player, and that's what'll do it. So going back to this, terms. This will change a lot of your things, like parameters, level abbreviation, hit points abbreviation, MP abbreviation, which is magic power, equipment. These are all just words. You can just change them. It's just their, basically your terms, your vocabulary for the game. So that's where you change all that. I'm gonna go over this in a little bit. It's gonna be really fun. It's really cool how you can do all this, and really you can do whatever you want in RPG Maker. So it's all up to your own creativity. There's no book way of doing it. There's no certain specific way that you have to do it. So I'm just gonna start building a little bit of scenery here. Just real quick, not a whole lot. I always just zoom out a little bit so you get like a pretty good view. And first of all, for basics, I'll grab this mainly because it's more of like a filler. So if you want like, say you want like a whole bunch of trees, I'll usually pick the middle, the repeating tree tile, and then just add on top of it, like add little extras at the tops of the trees where they end. So, and you can also so when you're doing this, you're going to want to make good use of the right click button. And what the right click in your mouse does is that it's like a, if you've ever used Paint or Photoshop, it's like the little eyedropper tool. So you can grab like grass. So I just right clicked and grab grass. And so you can erase stuff.